soothe their frazzled nerves. My heart is heavy with despair, and I feel like retreating into a dark, isolated world. Why is everything falling apart? I've done nothing wrong, so why am I facing this chaos? Your predictions about her escalating behavior proved to be all too accurate. I just yearn for peace and quiet, a chance to be left alone to pick up the pieces of my shattered life. Edit. The name of the person has been changed to maintain anonymity. No additional information has been added. Update. The situation is ongoing, and it is unclear when it will be resolved. TLDR. A person has been taken away by the authorities after arriving at a doorstep in a state of intoxication. The situation has caused distress for the children and the individual involved. The individual is seeking peace and quiet. Beyond fucked, someone put a device or wire inside my body that taps into any electronic devices, and I can hear voices coming from them anywhere I go, almost as if I'm a walking magnet and any metal is sticking into me saying voices. I've went to the hospital to do a EKG. Becca. Electronics interference nightmare. I'm experiencing a bizarre and unsettling phenomenon. It seems like I've become a conduit for electronic signals from devices around me. I've discovered that a mysterious device or wire has been embedded within my body, allowing me to tap into any electronic device I encounter, regardless of distance. It's as if I've become a magnet, attracting unwanted signals from every direction. The sensation is disorienting, and I've started to feel like I'm being bombarded by unseen forces. Desperate for answers, I visited the hospital and underwent an EKG test, hoping to identify the source of the stimulation I've been feeling in my chest. However, the results were inconclusive, leaving me with more questions than answers. Now, I'm left with the unsettling reality that I can hear voices emanating from any technology device or electronic signal I come across. I'm at a loss for what to do next and am desperate for guidance. Be careful with who you talk to in this sub. There's some creep in this sub going around with creepy messages. I was DM'd by some creep who pretended to be a victim of an AMP, GT, narcissistic parenting and sexual abuse, and AMP, LT, and mid-conversation that person proceeded to ask me sexua. Exercise extreme caution when interacting with others in this online community. There's a suspicious individual lurking in this sub, sending out unsettling messages. I was personally targeted by this person, who claimed to be a victim of severe psychological and emotional abuse. However, their true intentions were soon revealed as they began to ask invasive and suggestive questions, claiming they were 18 years old and seeking education on their body parts. It's highly likely that this individual is using this tactic to exploit and manipulate women within the community, leaving me feeling utterly disgusted and disturbed by the experience. My partner ended our dog's life yesterday, so I'm only posting this to literally get this feeling off of my chest. My partner has anger problems and has hurt animals in the past before, but he's never tried or threatened to hurt me or people in any way possible. I don't fee. Yesterday was a devastating day for me as I witnessed the passing of our beloved dog, a moment I'll never forget. I'm sharing this now to purge the overwhelming emotions that have been suffocating me. My partner has struggled with anger issues in the past, resulting in harm to our pets. However, I've always felt safe with him, never once fearing for my own life or the well-being of those around me. The scene I walked into yesterday will forever be etched in my memory. I was met with the heartbreaking sight of our dog struggling to breathe, a moment that has left me severely traumatized. The image of his fading breaths still haunts me. TLDR. My partner ended our dog's life and I'm struggling to cope with the emotional aftermath. You know what? I probably was spoiled, but that doesn't mean I had a great childhood. I'd trade all the material shit for emotionally stable, non-toxic parents who helped me grow instead of acting like children themselves. No, I'm not grateful. Love how they act like it was your. It's hard not to wonder if being spoiled was just a result of circumstances, but that doesn't erase the harsh reality of my upbringing. I'd gladly exchange all the material comforts for parents who modeled emotional maturity and provided a nurturing environment. They failed to be responsible adults, and now they're acting as if it's something to be thankful for. I love how they shift the focus, implying it's my fault for being spoiled, and yet still expect gratitude for their actions. It's mind-boggling to see the mental contortions they're willing to make to justify their subpar parenting. It's almost laughable to watch them twist logic to fit their narrative. TLDR. Parents think being spoiled is the child's problem, not theirs. I stole lots of food from various grocery stores while homeless. When I was homeless, there were some days that I got pretty hungry. I'd lost most my weight from having to walk everywhere at this point. I lost most of my ability to give a fuck and would just walk in the store in During a period of homelessness, hunger became a stark reality, and there were days when I struggled to find sustenance. My physical health suffered, as I had to walk long distances, and my emotional state plummeted. I found myself numb to my circumstances, lacking the motivation to care. I recall days when I would enter grocery stores, and without hesitation, I would select items that caught my eye, often a box of food, and consume it on the spot. I would then move on to another store, repeating the same pattern. This cycle of desperation was the darkest period of my life, and I am relieved to have moved beyond it. Girls made fun of me today at college. I, 18F, am so humiliated right now and am currently hiding in a bathroom as a type this. I love to wear skirts, and today my skirt got caught on my bag. No idea how long it was like that, but instead of telling me, they were laughing and A humiliating experience unfolded for me at college today as I sit in the bathroom, trying to gather my thoughts. I'm struggling to come to terms with the events that transpired. At 18 years old, I've grown accustomed to expressing myself through my fashion choices, often opting for skirts that reflect my personality. However, a careless incident occurred when my skirt became snagged on my bag, leaving it exposed for an unknown duration. The aftermath of the situation has left me feeling mortified. It's unbearable to think that I might have inadvertently exposed myself to a considerable portion of the campus while walking to lunch. What bothers me the most is the fact that they chose not to intervene, instead opting to indulge in ridicule and laughter at my expense. Accidents are inevitable, but I wish someone had been considerate and discreet about my situation. I understand that it's not their responsibility to intervene, but a small act of kindness could have made a world of difference. It's a difficult pill to swallow, and I'm still reeling from the embarrassment of it all. I've deleted my social media, bar Reddit, and it's made me the most relaxed I've been in years. I made the choice of deleting my social media cause I felt as it had a bad effect on my mental health, and it turned out to be true. I also found out I was wrong about some things. I've made the bold decision to remove myself from the world of social media, with the notable exception of Reddit, and it's had a profound impact on my mental state. The catalyst for this drastic change was my growing conviction that social media was taking a toll on my well-being. It appears that my intuition was correct. By extricating myself from these platforms, I've discovered an unexpected benefit. My self-discovery process has also led me to reevaluate certain assumptions about my emotional state. Initially, I believed that my anxiety stemmed from the chaotic world around me. However, as I've continued to stay informed about current events despite my absence from social media, I've come to realize that my anxiety was actually fueled by the opinions of others, rather than the news itself. Edit. This story may be triggering for those with social anxiety or other mental health concerns. Please take care of yourself while reading. Update. For those interested in learning more